והוא אחד ואין שני, להמשילו, להכבירה, בלי ראשית, עוד בלי תכלית, ולא העוז והמשרה.
Shabbat Shalom, good Shabbos, hello everybody. This week we will read Parashat Chukat and the famous scene of Mei Meriva, the water of conflict. As we all know, that is the reason that Moshe will not enter to the land of Israel. There are many interpretations what exactly was the sin of Moshe. It's well known, the interpretation of Rashi, that the sin was that Moshe hit the stone, struck the stone instead of speaking to it as he was commanded. Another interpretation is the Rambam interpretation in Shmona Prakim, that the sin was the word Shim'una Hamorim, the harshly speaking, listen, oh you rebellious people, was caused the punishment because he speaks so harshly. I want to gap to share with you two Hasidic interpretations. One is Rabbi Levi Yitzchak of Berdichev in his book Kedushat Levi, and the second is the Noam Elimelech, Rabbi Elimelech of Lizhansk in his book Noam Elimelech. First, I want to mention a very important rule in the Hasidic interpretation to the Torah. According to the Hasidic interpretation, every word, every sentence, every paragraph in the Holy Scripture is dealing with you, the reader, in your time and place. And this rule is reflected in the interpretation of Rabbi Levi Yitzchak Berdichev and the Noam Elimelech. In their time, there was a debate among the Hasidim what exactly is the proper way to rebuke a fellow man. If it's good to rebuke, it's not good to rebuke. And Rabbi Levi Yitzchak of Berdichev, as we all know, was Sanegoran Shel Israel, the defender of Israel, a man that was filled with love for any Jew and for any man. When he deals what exactly was the sin of Moshe, he told us, I'll translate his word. He said, if one would know how to rebuke Israel using their good attributes, stressing their high level, he could easily cause anything in the world to willfully fulfill the wish of Israel. So his assumption is that when somebody could see the goodness of Israel, so he could impact, he could affect Israel and also the nature. And because Moshe could not lost this ability to see the goodness of Israel, so even the stone was against him. The nature itself was against him, and he had no choice just to hit the stone. In contrast, Rabbi Elimelech was a man of rebuke. He used a rebuke as an educational tool and as a way to change people, to affect them. He believed in rebuke. So when he dealt what exactly, when he asked what exactly was the sin of Moshe, he don't want to say that the hard words was a sin. And I'll read a parable that he gave us. There was a doctor who visited a patient, realized that he needed to give him a very strong medication in order to save his life. Moshe thought to himself, if I will speak to the stone, and translate, as I was commanded, it will impact only the pious. Rather, let me strike on the stone, and the impact will be on all. So Moshe knew that this is not what was he commanded, but he knew that he had no choice. And God agreed with Moshe, as we could see that the stone gave water. So we clearly see that Rabbi Elimelech cannot fathom that rebuke can be a sin. and tell us that God himself chooses this path. These two interpretations, these two approaches to the question of rebuke are legitimate. They are legitimate views and can coexist. I think that we have to choose what to do according to the place and to the conflicts that we are in them, and to use each one of its in fullest benefits. Good Shabbos, Shabbat Shalom, להתראות.
אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא, לעת נשא בחפצו כל אזי מלך שמו נקרא.